I was trying to do my utmost to beat life, but at times it did get the better of me.
Putting on a brave face as a young man, but Dan's life had already been turned upside down. In 2004, he was dating Sean Gilder and they had been to a family barbecue together. Driving home, Dan was near the James Paget Hospital in Galston when Sean asked him to pull over. What followed would change him forever.
He raped me, in essence. Once I dropped him into Norwich, I then went back home and I tried to run a bath because I felt dirty, very dirty, and I didn't tell anyone for a long period of time. Following the attack, I landed up in hospital about a week or 10 days later. I had to have my appendix removed. Towards the end of that hospital stay, I did open up and tell my mum what had happened, and she wasn't happy.
Dan went to the police, but because of his health and concerns over the mental impact of giving evidence, he did not pursue charges. More than a decade later, Dan was called up for jury service in 2018. The case was an historical rape.
After doing this case, I thought, I can't hold this back anymore. And if these people are strong enough to go to court with it, I need to do the same. The trial was difficult, extremely difficult. It brought a lot back. It brought back a lot of the flashbacks. It brought back, I broke down.
So that moment then, when the jury do come back and they say that your attacker was guilty, what did you feel in that moment?
So I was actually at Costco with my friend Hannah, and I broke down in tears. I want to say it was a relief, and I want to say it gave me some form of closure, but at that point it didn't. And I think that maybe it took quite a while to then sink in.
In February last year, Sean Gilder from Alton Broad in Suffolk was jailed for 8 years after being found guilty of 2 counts of rape and 1 count of assault by penetration. Sadly, Dan's case is not uncommon. Around a quarter of women have experienced rape or sexual assault as an adult. While the figure for men is lower at 1 in 18, the true number is likely to be much higher. The Sue Lambert Trust in Norwich supports victims of sexual violence across Norfolk, including men.
20% of our clients are male, but we know there are many, many more male victims in Norfolk. Doesn't matter how old you are or where you are in Norfolk. What we say is please come forward and talk. We're here to listen.
One thing I've learned, we can't look back.
After his long wait for justice, Dan is now sharing his story on TikTok, where he has more than 17,000 followers. So you do have a legal right to anonymity. So why do you feel that it's important for you to be talking about it on TikTok and talking about it in this interview?
I've never seen myself as someone who's brave, inspirational, etc., despite the fact that I get so many comments of that. And yes, it probably seems very unusual, someone talking out about such a horrific crime. It's just because, I guess, rape is quite intimate, but we need to really break the stigma down against that.
Dan says other sexual violence victims have gone to the police having seen his videos. He admits that night in 2004 will always be with him, but he's now using that trauma to help others. Aaron Mayhew, ITV News, Wotton in Norfolk.
And if you have experienced sexual violence and need support, there's information on the NHS website, or you can call 111.